Hey guys, it's Chen. Today's video topic is something I love to talk about because I do feel a personal connection to it, because ever since I was little, I loved martial arts, and as I was growing up, I loved watching martial arts movies. And for a while there, I actually tried to actively seek out Kung Fu masters and secret martial arts techniques. I even bought a secret Shaolin Kung Fu scroll, which now thinking about it, yeah, that thing was fake. But I still practiced the martial arts on it for a few months. But anyway, martial arts, Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Qigong, these were all things I was extremely interested in. And because it seems like a lot of these practitioners of martial arts, when they get to a certain level, they start attaining what would seem like supernatural abilities. For example, breaking bricks like styrofoam, or licking burning hot coal without getting hurt, or even developing the ability to heal. And that brings us to today's topic on Master Zhou Tingjue. Master Zhou is known as the healer of healer, and is also called the jewel of China. Decades of mastery of Kung Fu, Tai Chi, and Qigong. Master Zhou's most incredible ability is that he has hands that can heal many ailments. By simply identifying points in the body, Master Zhou is able to realign energy centers and correct any problem that causes the body to fall ill. Now let's bring this back a little bit to the term Qigong, and this is something I talked about in videos in the past, but the words Qigong can be broken up into two words. Qi meaning energy and Gong meaning cultivation. Basically, the art of Qigong in its simplest term is to tap and cultivate the natural energy that flows inside the body, as well as attuning to the energy that surrounds you. Kind of like a Jedi, sort of, but without the lightsaber. So at the age of 7, Master Zhou was exposed to the art of Qigong and was trained by his uncle, who was a Taoist priest. Now, I was also exposed to the art of Qigong by the age of 6, but my mom just basically told me to hold my hands together until they grew sweaty. Not exactly a secret technique. Anyway, at that age, he also began to learn various martial arts as well as traditional Chinese medicine, skills that he would later on use to develop his own style of Qigong. Throughout a large part of his youth, Master Zhou oftentimes secluded himself from the world and retreated to Wudang Mountain, where he would continue his studies that would give him deep understanding of Qi and its relationship towards the environment, until eventually he was able to acquire mastery of the ancient arts, guided by several masters of Kung Fu, Tai Chi, and Qigong. So from the amount of experience and training, Master Zhou introduced a new style of Qigong called Tianjue, or Heaven and Earth. And before moving to the US, Master Zhou traveled around China treating patients, teaching Qigong, and displaying his abilities and martial arts techniques. Now, by the time Master Zhou arrived in the US, the media was already in a frenzy and clamoring to see what he can really do. Soon enough, he appeared in programs from Ripley's Believe It or Not to the History Channel's Stan Lee's Superhuman, where it was discovered that Master Zhou needs to only use his bare hands to treat ailments. Having developed his skills in Qigong for over 70 years, the secret to Master Zhou's healing touch is the heat that emanates from his hands. Scientists who have come to see him have been simply baffled by it, and people who have been healed by him stand by just how effective his powers really are. In several documented events, steam could even be seen coming out of his hands as he conducted his procedures. During his appearance on Ripley's Believe It or Not, a thermal camera even captured heat signatures that registered about 200 degrees Fahrenheit coming from the Qigong master's hands. Of course, as much as there are people who believe in him, there are also as many skeptics who view him as a fraud. However, Master Zhou revealed that the only secret to his skill is how he refocuses and controls his Qi energy, and really nothing more than that. He even claimed that skeptics who come to him for healing stepped out as believers. And there has been many stories shared by witnesses about Master Zhou's incredible abilities. For example, Jolly the dog. The story goes that Master Zhou had found Jolly in the street lying on a curb after being hit by a truck. Jolly's injuries were so severe that when Master Zhou would try to stand her up, she would just tip over and fall. So Master Zhou did the only thing he could. He began treating the dog with his abilities. Jolly seemed to be slowly recovering from her injuries, but still not strong enough to stand. By the time Master Zhou gave her a third treatment, Jolly was finally able to properly walk and even wag her tail. Next is a story about a couple from Illinois who arrived at Master Zhou's school in California. The wife, who was a ball of energy, narrated that her husband was once an accomplished 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo. Unfortunately, the man was now bound to a wheelchair because of ALS. The man, who was once agile and nimble on his feet, could now hardly speak because of his illness. When Master Zhou began seeing the man for treatment, changes started to happen, and by the time the 4th treatment was complete, the man could now lift his hands and touch his head. Now, what's really interesting is the unconventional, well, at least unconventional by the standards of the Western world, by which Master Zhou conducts treatments. One of his healing methods involves tinfoil, water, and a sheet of paper towel. Students and even people who have come to be treated for ailments narrate that Master Zhou would soak a folded sheet of tinfoil and water, wrap it in a paper towel, and place it on top of the person's body, moving it from time to time, because he would use his Qi energy to heat it up and aid in healing. And you could actually see steam rising up from the tin tinfoil paper towel. Some skeptics will even arrive with their own sheets of tinfoil and bottles of water, but instead of exposing the method as a hoax, the same thing would happen to the foil and water that they brought from their own homes. Anyway, like I mentioned before, Qigong is something I've always been interested in. I 100% believe in the practice of Qigong. I mean, there are just some unexplainable things that Qigong masters can accomplish. For example, there's a Qigong master in China who is able to change the atomic structure of metal. This is actually something that researchers conducted a test. They had him take a bottle of substances, including iron and metal, and he just shook it in his hand. And then after analyzing it, they found the atomic structure of the substances have changed. I mean, really, our bodies, it's a huge mystery, and it's full of just untapped potential. And guys, like I mentioned before in previous videos, I do practice a Qigong meditation exercise called Falun Gong. It's been something I've been doing since my college days. It's based on the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. And I started doing it because I was really stressed in college. I about dropped out. But when I started doing the meditation exercises, I just felt really calm. And also studying the philosophies and principles behind it, I really do believe that I became a better person because of it, because of the principles of truthfulness, you know, trying to be a more honest person, compassion, be more compassionate, and be more tolerant. Those are just really good principles, and that's how I strive to live my life now. Unfortunately, like I mentioned as well, this practice is being persecuted in China by the Communist Party, and there's a lot of propaganda against it. For example, the Chinese government says, oh yeah, people who practice this, they're crazy, they're gonna go and kill themselves, they're trying to overthrow the Chinese government. Really? Like, look, I'm pretty busy, so I don't know when I have time to try to overthrow the Chinese government. Maybe on weekends, Christmas is coming, I don't know when I'm able to do that. But I do know a lot of people who practice this, including my parents. Yeah, they're not crazy, they're definitely not suicidal. In fact, everyone I know, their lives have been better because they started doing this practice. But anyway, people who do practice this, they are systematically being tortured in China even to this day. And I'll put more information about that for you guys in my description box below. Anyway, I just want to bring it up because we are on this topic, and also I want to bring more awareness to the persecution that's happening in China to this day. Also, a new issue of Beyond Science magazine is here. And in this issue, we're going to talk about ancient civilizations in Antarctica, secrets of alien abductions, and much, much more. So if you want to check out the Beyond Science magazine, click the link right here or in the description box below. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later.